Good morning, my dear students. Hope you are doing everything fine. And today I'll start a new chapter. The name of the chapter is Elements, Compounds and Mixture. Okay, this is given as chapter 3 in your book. And in this chapter, we shall study the identification of different types of elements, compounds, and their symbols, formula, etc. And next we will study the mixtures and compounds, then the types of mixtures like homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures, the separation techniques of different types of mixtures by different types of techniques and processes, and the principles of these separation techniques, and finally we will learn about the paper chromatography. Now, first we will give a small introduction. So, all of you have idea about elements, compounds and mixtures from class 6. Actually, we are all surrounded by crores of different types of substances, and some of them are pure substance, they are called elements, and some of them are impure substance, they are called mixtures. Now, pure substance have a definite compositions and a definite set of properties such as fixed melting point, fixed boiling point, fixed density, etc. They are all homogeneous. That means their composition is uniform throughout the bulk and having only one type of phase or one phase. Examples we can give that elements and compounds are the examples of that pure substances like hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, pure gold metal, silver metal. Okay, these are the elements. And impure substances are made of two or more pure substances. Their composition is not fixed and they may be mixed of different compounds. They may be mixture of different types of compounds at any proportion. Their ratio is not fixed. And these impure substances may or may not be homogeneous, they may be heterogeneous, they may be homogeneous. That is, their composition, okay, is not uniform throughout the bulk. Here we can give one example like any kind of solution, okay, like sugar solution, salt solution, and if you mix sand, charcoal dust and salt, definitely these are examples, mixtures are examples of impure substances. Next, activity 1. You have to do some activity in your home. You have to make a list of impure and pure substance around you and what you are using in your daily life. Like in the morning you are taking sugar and milk. So is sugar is pure compound or impure compound? Is milk is a mixture or a pure compound? In this way you make a list. Okay. In live classes, you have to show the list 10 pure substances and 10 impure, that means mixture substances or not pure substances. Okay. Next, we'll discuss some classification of substance. So, just now we have discussed substance. They are divided into two parts. One is pure another is impure or mixtures. Okay, pure substances are homogeneous and mixtures generally heterogeneous. Okay, and pure substance, mixture may be homogeneous also. Okay, pure substance may also be divided into 4 categories. First one we can tell metals, second one is non-metals, third one is metalloids, and fourth one we can tell that noble gases. And mixtures may be two type. One you can tell homogeneous, another you can tell heterogeneous. Hope you can understand. Now this homogeneous mixture and pure substance may be also two type. Okay, that pure substance also can you divide into two types. One you can tell elements and another you can tell compounds. And these are the classification of elements. Okay, then metals, non-metals, metalloids, noble gases. Okay, and mixtures generally two type, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous. Air is a homogeneous mixture, but salt solution, oil and water mixture, okay, this is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, hope you can understand. Next, activity 2. You have to find out different types of compounds, elements, okay, and you have to find out that which are elements and which are compounds. Actually, compounds are made up of different types of atoms of elements. Like we can tell carbon dioxide is a compound, water is a compound, sugar is a compound, but gold is pure element. Okay, and you can think about that sodium is pure element, hydrogen, oxygen, these are the pure elements. Okay, so you have to make a list of elements and compounds. Suppose I am giving the examples of sugar, oil, shampoo, soaps, salt, table salt, okay, gold, platinum, iron, okay, whatever you are using every day. Okay, so you have to make a list. This is your activity 2. Okay, next we will discuss that elements. So first we have to tell the name of the scientist Robert Boyle, who first give the term, okay, or use the term element in the year of 1661. And Anthony Lavoisier, okay, was the first to establish the experimentally useful definition of an element. Now what is the element definition? An element is a pure substance having only one kind of atoms. And elements cannot be broken down into simpler substances. Okay, example we can tell that gold, okay, that gold ring, if we break it only we will get the gold atoms. Okay, silver, oxygen, nitrogen, if you break nitrogen gas you will get only nitrogen atoms. So elements are made up of very tiny particles called atoms, and atoms are the smallest unit of an element, and all elements are made up of same type of atoms. And in our world, okay, there are total 118 elements. Okay, and among them 94 are naturally occurring. Okay, whatever is written in your book that 92, that also you can write. Okay, no problem, but actually it will be 94. The other 24 elements are artificially prepared. Okay, that means their method of preparation, okay, we created or discovered. Okay, that is synthetic method is there prepared. It's like we can think about astatine, radon, recently discovered element, that is organosine, tennessine. Okay, so these are artificially synthesized. Okay, now most of the elements are present in the compound, okay, from the earth crust. So that means elements are not in the free, they are combining with each other. Okay, and only the noble gases atoms, okay, exist freely, otherwise they will form compound. Already we have discussed what is the definition between atom and molecule and compound. Okay, compound means when the different types of atoms are combining to give a particular characteristics substances, that is called compound. And compound also have a fixed melting point and boiling point. Okay, and these elements, whatever, like iron, okay, so it is present in the mineral at different types of compound, that may be oxide, that may be sulfide. Okay, so these generally we will find in the earth crust. Okay, and some elements are also very much radioactive. Okay, radioactive means they will emit different kinds of radiation like alpha, beta, gamma ray. And today is the date anniversary. Okay, that is the today is the 4th July. Okay, that is the one very eminent scientist, that is Marie Curie, Professor Marie Curie. Okay, and he also discovered different types of radioactive elements, and actually she was she is the first woman who won Nobel Prize two times in Nobel Prize, one in chemistry, another in physics. Okay, and now after his name one very important scholarship is there, that is Marie Curie Fellowship. Okay, and generally many students or scholars are doing research by using this fellowship. And this girl was killed by his experiment because that time she did not know about the bad effects of different types of radiation, that is alpha, beta, gamma rays. Okay, so these are called radioactive elements. Different types of radioactive elements are there, that is uranium, okay, polonium. These are all radioactive elements. Okay, and they will emit different types of radiations like alpha, beta, gamma ray. And gamma ray, if gamma ray penetrates in your body, that will cause cancer. Okay, already you know about the effect of the bombs. Okay, that means atomic bombs, little boy and fat man. Okay, that is already used in the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, all of you know, and their effect is very bad. Actually, this type of radiation will change the DNA structure of our body. Okay, so this handling of radioactive elements is very dangerous. Okay, now by using these radioactive elements we are generating the nuclear power. Okay, and this nuclear waste, okay, is very dangerous. So after getting this nuclear power, that ash containing that radioactive elements, you have to put it at least 10 kilometers below from this ground level. Okay, otherwise it will cause the environmental pollution severely. Next we will discuss the classification of elements. Classification. Already we have written that elements are classified, okay, into four categories. One is metals, another is non-metal, then one is metalloid, and another is noble gases. Noble gases also you can tell these are non-metals. Okay, but in your book it is given in your as a separate classification. Okay, so all of you know about metals. Metals have some special characteristics property. If you beat a metal surface, definitely that will produce metallic sound. Okay, and they are very good conductors of heat and electricity. They are malleable and ductile. Okay, when we will discuss this chapter, that metal and non-metal, then we will clear these doubts. Okay, and clear your concept. So around 193 elements of these 100 elements are metals. So maximum elements are metal. Okay, like you can tell silver metal, gold metal, you can tell iron metal, platinum metal, aluminum metal. Okay, every day we are using this type of metal, and this infrastructure of this building, okay, also made up of iron metal. Okay, that is very hard. Okay, and in different things, different types of metals are present. Like in our bone, there is one metal that is called calcium. Chalk pencil, calcium carbonate containing calcium metal. If you think about that chlorophyll, okay, that because of this chlorophyll, plants can form generate the glucose, okay, or product glucose by photosynthesis process. So in chlorophyll the metal present is magnesium. In our blood there is one metal. Because of this metal blood is red in color, and the name of this metal is iron. In case of that different types of animals, okay, containing that is hemocyanin. Hemocyanin contains the metal that is copper. Okay. Next we can tell that that chocolate wrappers. Chocolate wrappers also contains one kind of metal. Okay. All type of wrapper or whatever we are using for food. Okay, preservation or food container. Okay, that made up of aluminum. Okay. Next, non-metals. So non-metals are the type of compounds, okay, which are bad conductor of heat and electricity, and they will not produce the metallic sound. Okay, and the number of non-metal is very less compared to the metals. Only 11 non-metals are there, like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, chlorine, bromine, iodine, fluorine, sulfur, phosphorus, astatine. These are the non-metals. And metalloids are the compounds having both the properties of metals and non-metals. Okay, and they are generally solids. And there are 7 metalloids: boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium. Okay, these are the metalloids. Okay. And finally the inert gases or noble gases. These elements do not form compound, and they are generally monoatomic, and they are least reactive elements. Okay, generally do not form any kind of bonds with the other elements in normal condition. But in drastic condition there may be very little amount of compound we have discovered now. Okay, that is the different thing. I am telling the general cases. Okay, so as they are very less reactive, okay, they are called inert gas or they are called noble gas. And generally in your periodic table or in air there are total 7 noble gases are there: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, and one recently discovered, that is the oganesson. Okay, that is Og. Okay, these 7 noble gases you have to remember. Okay, and so in this way we have discussed, okay, the classification of elements and their numbers. Okay, so hope you can understand. Still, if you have any question, you can clear your doubts through live classes. So today up to this, thank you.